Hello there, everybody. This is
Aaron. Week 2 down the tube and out the door. We've got some changes atop the leaderboards, some changes atop the standings, and some more playing time for the well-deserving few who haven't had enough. And in our storylines department, could something furry help Mr. Fury? In this time of uncertainty and instability, it's critical that we remember that in times of crisis, now more than ever. All that and the game of the week.
coming up on This Week in
Ray.
Ball.
People, welcome to Week 2. Virtual Rayball here in sunny, cloudy, nighttime, Oakland, California. Hi everybody, I'm Aaron, back with you, yet again. I'm so excited people are watching these, I really am. I like doing them, they're fun. It's a pain in the butt, but I'm seeing that people are actually looking at them and enjoying them, and I am happy to be able to give something back. I'm going to start with some fun this week from the storylines department, and two things. First is some eagle-eyed folks noticed that when we did this, where are we? Here we are, news. When I showed you Bobby's botched eye surgery, there was another little nugget in there. Rostar wrecks one-of-a-kind car. But it was Rostar Luke Lowe, who I don't know who that is. Again, somebody who must have gotten brought up during spring training that I wasn't paying attention during, or had just slid right on through, and he crashed his car. So apologies to Mr. Lowe. Another thing that I had failed to notice last week, but noticed when going back through this week to see if anything interesting had happened, and no, nothing. I mean, all of this stuff is interesting. Ron, Player of the Week, for example. But on the second, where'd we go? Fans in Fury rally behind Wayward Cat. After Fury's latest victory, it seemed like the last thing anyone wanted to talk about was the game itself. Instead, the focus was on a cat that had somehow wandered onto the field at Fury Ballpark. In the top of the third inning, the tiny tabby scampered from near the visitors' dugout all the way to the left field wall, stopping the action for a good 10 minutes. Outfielder Chris Liu stood motionless as the cat darted past. "I'm not going to try to catch that thing," he said later. "He was moving pretty fast, and I'm more of a dog person myself." College intern Josh, we don't care about Josh Wall. The cat's mad dash, meanwhile, was replayed later on the stadium's video screens, which pumped up the crowd and maybe even the players as they went on to victory. Fans immediately flooded social media, offering to adopt the cat and nominating him. See, again, all right, I'll talk about this in a second. As the official team meows cat, blah, blah, blah. Cat is now at the Fury Humane Society, etc. Here's something that I've noticed, and this has nothing to do with Rayball whatsoever, but people, when they use pronouns to describe animals, almost universally refer to them as boys. Him, always he and him. And this had never occurred to me before reading kids' books to my daughters, and every frickin' main character who's an animal is a boy. Lots of girl human main characters. Very few girl animal main characters of kids' books. And so I was paying attention to, my own, because I do it too, of course. So I was paying attention to my own thing, and I've had to make a conscious effort to not refer to like every bird and every squirrel and every whatever we see as he and him, or that little guy or whatever. And the little farm in Berkeley in Tilden Park, we were there one day when the kids were really little. I think May was maybe 4 and Elaine was 1. And there was this mom referring to the cows as he. And oh, look at him eating the lettuce. And it's a cow on a farm. And like the definition of farm cow is that it's not male. But anyway. The hell was I talking about? Right. So that's our interesting tidbit of the week. I wish there were more of these things. We had Bobby's one of Bobby's clones mess up his eye surgery. We had this cat. We had some random guy wrecking his car. And the rest of this is just, people with great games. And, when you've rigged the system to make every game, 13-11 or 16-9 or whatever, a lot of folks are going to go 5 for 5 and 6 for 6 and so on. So things that would ordinarily be big news in regular baseball are showing up here as big news. And, they are big news. It's great when people have a really good game. Every game there is somebody who goes 5 for 5 or 6 for 6 or something like that in real Rayball. So it's good to celebrate those things here. So let's take a peek. We've got since the 7th, Paul was chosen the #1 player of the first week. It's all about experience, says the BNN stats, and who has the most Major League service time in the RTX, the Rayball something. I don't remember what. Oh, Raytrix, of course. Gilberto Pineda. I'm no tilde there. I can't tell. Mike Peters, David Dunn, Juan Caulo. You know what? I'm not going to bother. Because none of these people are real people. They've all been playing for a very long time, and apologies to all of them, but they're not playing. They're not real. We've had a great day for Alan, Ron, James on fire, Bert torching the Rays, Dan, Zach. Here's Ron, player of the week. Ron racked up 24 hits in 33 at-bats. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. 727 batting average. I mean, it's not crazy for Ron. No, that's crazy for Ron. I mean, Ron's good, but not 727 over. No, maybe he is. I don't know. I have no idea how good anybody else is. None whatsoever. I know how good I am because I'm a super nerd and I keep track of all my stuff. But I have absolutely no idea how good anybody else is. Ron might be a 727 hitter. I don't know. Kind of feels like he is sometimes. But that's not the point. Let's take a look at our games. And I can do this week. I'm going to skip the day that our game of the week is on, so that doesn't get spoiled. But, we've got a 16-11 victory by Dave. Dave, jumping out to let's go back to our standings page for a second. Where are we? Standings. So Dave has jumped out in front here. He was tied for second/last last week. Stormed out in front with an 8-5 record. Ray sliding big time. 5-game losing streak. Gone from the top of the pack to the bottom. Jim with a 3-game winning streak. Fury about keeping pace with where he was last time. 3-4, moving to 7-6 rather. What was I looking at before this? I got completely sidetracked. I really shouldn't do this late at night, but I have to. News, that's what I was doing. Oh no, scores. Ha 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 ha. I know where I am. So here we go. A 16-11 victory for Dave. Home run by Angela with her 7th home run. That's awesome. Jim with a 16-6 victory over the Furies. Home runs by Pace and Chris Liu. Dan May, player of the game. No games there. We're going to skip that one. Here we've got a... Oh, you know what? I'm looking at this now. This should have been my game of the week. Right here. Oh, no, because I had Ray last week. I'm going to really try to not have the same... To have the two games, the two teams that played. Except then I'm going to end up... Oh, man. Then I'm going to end up with the same teams squaring off every week. Anyway. Maybe this should have been my game of the week. This 10 inning, 12-11 squeaker by Jim over Ray. No home runs. Ron, player of the game. Look at this one. 31-15 victory by Dave Ross over Chris Fury with a 9-run 8th inning, an 8-run 4th inning, and a 9-run 1st inning. Good grief. This is the kind of nonsense that the 4-out, 2-out mercy rule prevents. This crap right here. Day before, we got a 14-6 win for the Furies. Got a 6-9 win for Dave. Bunch of home runs over here. Got Bill Nickel, got Fury, got Anastasia, got Dan May with his 5th. He's going to have to be up there on the leaderboard, right? Angela again over here. Dave beating Jim 14-6. Chris over Ray 15-12. James with his 2nd homer. Michael Davey with his 2nd homer. Zach with 2 homers, giving him 3 on the year. Clayton Bain, player of the game. Ken Doan, player of the game over here. And we've got a 17-13 win for Ray over Jim. No homers. Over here, a 15-2 win for Dave over Chris Fury's team. Good grief. 2 runs. That is some stellar pitching there by this Bobby. Cora with a home run there. Let's take a look at our leader. I wish I could look at it week by week. Because this is like year... Oh, wait, maybe I can. No, I can't. This is the whole year. So something happened to... Oh, no, there's Paul. Paul Fine was 667 last week, I believe. And he's dropped now to 561. A little bit of an off week for Paul. Ron has stormed to the front, now batting 652. Dan May holding strong there. There's Ken, Ray, me, Bert. A lot of the same folks who were here last week. Angela, 7 home runs. Dan May with 5. Alan Schabel with 4. Bert with 4. I think he had 4 last week too. James with 4. Anastasia, Jim McGuire, Cora all with 3. Angela leading the world in RBI. I mean, you're going to hit 7 home runs, you're going to have a lot of RBI. Bert. Oh, it's a close race there for OPS. Oh my gosh, look at that. Dan and Ron tied for 2nd, just 0.05 of a percentage point behind Bert. Slugging, Angela, of course, 7 home runs. OBP. Oh, there's a lot of this stuff. Look at that. Oh, man. Look at that. I am leading the league in strikeouts with 2. Oh, okay. I'm tied with a whole bunch of other folks. All right. I feel less bad about it. I must be all at the top because I switched everyone's last names and first names. So anything where a whole lot of people are going to be tied, I'm going to be showing up as the leader. OPS plus, Ron obviously way up there. Win probability added, Ron again. WOBA, Ron. There is no ex-WOBA because there is no StatCast here in the Raytrix. ISO. I can't remember what... isolated power. It says right there. Alright. Anyway, team leaders. On the Weschler Rays. Starting with the last place Weschler Rays. We can see... Oh, one of the Jerrys had himself a good game. A lot of folks hanging around here. Me. I've climbed up a little bit. Zach. Paul had a rough week. Paul had a rough week there. I don't know what he did, because I can't tell. Wonder if And I'm not going to bore you guys with me trying to figure out this damn program. Home run leader for Ray's team. Can I do it a different way? Team home screen. I can do it a different way. Zach at 571. Paul at 561. Ray 548. Not a lot of homers on this team. There's Michael Davies, Zach, me, Jerry, all the way down. Oh, that was what I was going to point out. So, Greg Laddish is now actually shortstopping for the team. And I found somewhere in all of this, there's actually a depth chart for each team that you can manipulate and like schedule some things around. So I'm going to put this in the notes as well. Anyone who hasn't signed up for this yet, there is still lots and lots and lots of room. And I have figured out how to rotate people in and out. So that is exciting. So yeah, if you haven't signed up yet and you're like, oh man, this looks awesome, can't wait to see how little digital me does in a boring YouTube video, then good grief, you got to get on this. Cameron with 14 doubles. Good grief. No wonder he is playing every day at shortstop. Man, he should be in there playing instead of me. He can play all fields. Maybe I can rotate out. I don't know. Actually, I'm hitting 539 to 471. Anyway, I'm not debating Ray's virtual managers schedule lineup choices, although he is in a 5-game losing streak. Let's go up to the Furies. There's Bert with the 14 doubles. Couple of big doubles hitting characters here. Bert having himself a monster year. This Fury doing quite well. Some of these other Furies doing quite well as well. This Fury here not doing quite as well. Johnny's gotten into... Well, no, he still only had one start. Alright, I thought I fixed that. I did not fix that. Gonna have to get Johnny into more games. Play with the depth chart thing a little bit better. Figure out what I did wrong. Let's check in on the first place Dave's. First place Dave Ross's. Again, Angela with her 7 home run, 11 double season so far. 147 OPS plus. All the Bobbies are absolutely on fire. Then you can see some other outstanding folks down here. Jimmy's in yellow. I don't know what that means. And it looks like he's low on... Oh, exhausted. Look at that. Jimmy is tired. Well, he's tired today on Monday, April 15th. So maybe he'll get some rest in the next game. We'll find out. And on the Jim McGuires, we've got... Go away. There we go. We got one of the Bedricks hitting 1,000. 3 for 3. All right. Bunch of Bedricks are having pretty good offensive years. Dan May, outstanding so far. 5 home runs, 582. Michael Gross got 11 doubles, 394. Frank not playing and Liz not playing. Liz should be playing. Look at that. 526, homer, 2 doubles, and only 19 at-bats. All right. Wait, what's this plus thing? In a slump. Oh. I am learning more about... By the end of this season, I'm going to know how to use this program. There's your teams. There's your leaders. There's your standings. There are your games. Let's do the game of the week. Welcome to beautiful Ross Ballpark, here in wherever this is. We've got the visiting Jims versus the home Rosses. Lineup for Jim, we got Pace in center, Bobby Wineapple at second, Michael Gross at first, Anastasia in right field, Ron, world-leading Ron in left, Dan May at third, Ren behind the plate, Jim McGuire himself at shortstop, batting eighth, and Steve Betrick on the mound. This is the Steve who has that little plus sign that I just learned. Means in a slump. We'll see how that affects the ball game. In the field for Dave Ross, we get Jimmy behind the... Okay, that answers the question that I had last week of who is catching, if not Greg McConnell. It is Jimmy. I'm going to have to figure that out. Jimmy behind the plate. Dave Ross himself at first base. Okay. Alan Schabel at second. Cora Gonzalez at short. Why not? Chris Rahm at third. Angela in left. Ken Doan center. Matt McElroy in right field. Let's get this game underway. We're seeing up here it's unpleasant weather. We have rain in the forecast. Bobby 1 and 2 with a 9.78. Hey, I got the sound to work. That's a fly out to deep center field for Pace leading off the game. Bobby ripping one into right field. I wonder if that's going to help me. So I figured out how to get the sound to work. And I wonder if that's going to help me. I wonder if there's different sounds for different types of hits. I'm going to have to figure that out. Michael Gross now up. Batting third. Runner on first. 1 out. Top one. That is going to be dropped in front of the right fielder. Oh, big turn, big throw. Safe. We've got an umpire too. How about that? Safe at third. That might have been contested in Rayball, but you know what? This isn't Rayball. Not only is this not Rayball, but we have an electronic voice yelling at us. Safe. Anastasia now runners at the corners. 1 out. Hard. That sounded harder hit than it was. Almost a double play. Very nearly turned. Apparently I cannot use the sound of the crack of the bat to determine what is going to happen with the ball. Bobby scores on the play, fielder's choice. 2 outs now, 1-0 lead for Jim in the top of the first. Here's Ron. Ron on fire. Shoots one right up through the middle. Oh, everyone is testing that center fielder's arm. Everyone is running on Ken Doan. No hesitation at all. And that second baseman is Alan Schabel. I would not run on Ken or Al. I don't know Ken. I've never met Ken. I shouldn't say that. I may have met him. Let me check my Ken fun fact. I may have met Ken. Most recent game, 2015. All right, so I probably have met... Apologies, Ken. I probably have met you. Ken, by the way, born on the south side of Chicago. And his softball mitt is named Prebish. Everyone knows that, says Ken. I didn't know that. We got Dan May at the plate, runners at the corners. Apologies, Ken. Hard hit through the hole. That's going to score another run. Put runners on first and second. Jim out to a 2-0 lead. Ran at the plate with 2 on. High lazy fly ball to right field. Should be caught. Side retired. But that's a 2-run lead for Jim heading into the bottom of the first. Ken Doan to lead it off versus Steve Bedrick. High fly ball. That's going to get caught by the center fielder. Pace. Angela now up at bat. Angela, she of the 7 home runs and 34 RBI on the year. There's an oppo shot down. That's going to get caught. Fly out to left field. Nice running catch there by Ron. Very Ron-like catch there. Here's Alan Schabel. 2 outs, nobody on. Weakly hit to first base. Gunned out. That sounded like it was hit real hard. It was not. It was dribbled over to Mr. Bedrick. 1-2-3 for Steve. Going into the top of the second. Still 2-0 Jim. Jim himself to lead it off. Into left field. That's going to fall in. Clean base hit for Jim. Should move my arrow. Steve Bedrick now up with Jim at first. Was that a bunt? Crap. I thought I had done away with those. All right. Note. All right. Sorry, Steve. Pace up at bat now with 1 out. Bunt did not get the runner over. Pace, little ground ball. Back to the pitcher. Oh! Legs it out. Bobby could not get the ball out of his glove. That is an infield hit. Runners now at first and second for Bobby Wineapple. Hard hit down to the gap in between right and center. That's going to score 1. Put runners at second and third. Jim is commanding this lead so far. Still only 1 out. Michael Gross at the plate. 2 runners in scoring position. That's going to drop in. Oh, no. Bobby's going to hold up at third. Runners at the corners now for Anastasia. 4-run lead for Jim. That's a line out to second base. That had danger written all over it, were it not for the great defensive play of famed second baseman Alan Schabel. Here's Ron. We know what Ron's going to do. Ron's going to do it. Hits one through the right side. Another that Robo 1987 Atari 2600 baseball. Surf is going to crack me up all day. Anyway, he's safe. So it's not really going to be a spoiler because I've already said that all my games of the week are going to be pretty good ones. But you can rest assured, Ross fans, that your team is not going to lose by 5. Nor are the Gyms going to keep scoring in multiple runs in every inning. You might still lose. I actually forget who wins this game. But it will not be by 5. If avoidable, no game of the week will be won by more than 1 or 2. If at all avoidable. And it should be avoidable most weeks, I would think. I've rigged this system pretty well. Here's Dan. Runners at the corners. 2 outs. 5-run lead. What can he do? Drive into left field. That's going to get caught. Nice catch out there in left by Angela. But Ross down now 5-0 after 1.5. Matt McElroy leading it off for Dave. That hard hit line drive. 108 exit velocity on that one. But right at the right fielder, Anastasia, who reels it in. Beautiful catch. One away. Chris Rahm. Always dangerous, Chris Rahm. Accurately batting left-handed. He's going to dribble one over to Steve. I'm going to put that away. Dave Ross inaccurately batting left-handed. Trying to get something going here. He's going to hit one high in the air. Reeled in. 3 up, 3 down. I think that's the second 3 up, 3 down, right? Yeah. 3 up, 3 down again. Steve Bedrick pitching a perfect game over there, which is very rare. Actually, it's probably not that rare for 2 innings to go by. 3 or 4 to be perfect. That's pretty rare. Ran at the plate. Down the line, caught by the third baseman. Across the diamond, in time for the out. Here's Jim McGuire. Lefty Jim McGuire. I should be making notes of which of these to go in and fix. Lefty Jim McGuire. Oh my gosh. Oh, Jim, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I hope your team wins this game. I can't remember if they do or not. But that's awful. Called out by a robot umpire. Steve Bedrick at the plate. Nobody on. Not bunting this time. He's going to ground out to second base, though. 3 up, 3 down. Good inning for Bobby. Still 5-0, though. Heading into the bottom of the third. Cora at the plate. That's a high fly ball to left field, but that is going to keep the perfecto going. Spoiler alert, there will not be a perfecto. But let's see how long it lasts. Here's Bobby. That's how long it lasts. Bobby rips one down the line. Is he going to hold to? No, he's going to take 2. Close, but not even close enough to get the little Atari guy to call it. Here's Jimmy, inexplicably catching. Runner for second, 1 out. That's going to be a looper in right field. Ah, a little cat and mouse there happening. That's 2 outs. Runner still at second for Kendone, leadoff hitter. That's going to be to shortstop, and all right. That's going to be that again. Okay, so that is a note. Why does Jim hold the ball? And now everybody's doing it. This is not strictly this is not strictly a Jim McGuire problem. A digital Jim McGuire problem. This is a problem across the board. But I distinctly remember a couple games ago that very play happening at the end of the game. And Robo Jim just held the ball. Maybe Ken's just super fast. Maybe Ken's got Amable speed. I don't know. There's Angela. That is through the right side. Gonna score a run. All right, I guess he can. All right, Ken's got some wheels. Maybe that was a smart play. Ken over to third. Angela with the RBI. Alan Schabel at the plate. Trying to climb back in with 2 outs. That's a little squibber. Dave Ross gets a run. Nothing else. Leaves 2 on. 5-1 heading into the top of the 4th. Pace leading off for Jim. Hard hit to shortstop. But right there is Cora with the gun over to first base. Bobby trying to settle in now after a rough couple innings against other Bobby Wineapple. Bobby versus Bobby. And Bobby is victorious. I could have said that no matter what. Michael Gross now up. 2 outs, nobody on. Oh. Long gone. Long gone. 6-1 lead now for Jim. Michael Gross goes and gets that run right back. Touch 'em all. Anastasia now up. There's a hit. Hard hit to second base, but right there's Alan Schabel. Jim gets the run back. 6-1 heading into the bottom of the 4th. Matt McElroy. Okay, now I'm getting the sounds down. That's the ground out to second base sound. Chris Rom. That is an oppo shot down the left field line. That is going to be a double for Chris Rom. That would have been at least a triple, maybe a home run in real Rayball, because nobody's playing anywhere near that close to the left field line in this instance. Chris at second, Dave Ross at the plate, trying to help his team come back from a 5-run deficit. He's going to loft one into right field. That should... No, it's not going to get the runner along. Never mind. I'm surprised Chris wasn't tagging on that, but he wasn't. Here's Cora with 2 outs. Runner in scoring position. But Cora's going to ground out to third base. Ends the rally. Runner stranded. Still 6-1. Heading into the top of the 5th. Ron to lead it off for the Jims. We know what Ron does. Oh, through the dive of Chris Rom at third base. You hit it hard, good things happen, Ron. Dan May. Why are these guys hitting so low in the order? I need to check with Jim's AI manager. That's going to be up the middle. That will get... Oh, no. All right. First and second. The Ron and Dan duo. Automatic base hits. Here's a run at the plate. 2 on, nobody out. Trying to add to the lead. He may do it. No. They are going to hold Ron at third. Bases now loaded. Still nobody out. Top 5 for Jim McGuire. Jim is going to foul out to the first baseman. Jim is having a rough game here. I am absolutely... Jim, if you are watching this, I humbly apologize, and I'm going to go into the next time. I'm going to check. I'm going to check and see what happens to the managers. I'm also going to see if I can... There's gotta be a way I can mess with fielding stats, right? Again, one of the problems with trying to get the run totals up so high in the game environment is that some of the things just have to happen like that, I guess. Here's Steve now. Bases loaded. 1 out. Steve launches one into the corner. That's going to score 2, maybe 3. No. Throw comes back in fast. That is a 2-run bases loaded double. Down the left field line. Now an 8-1 lead for Jim. Pace at the plate. Can he keep piling on here with 1 out? That's going to score a run, but make the 2nd out. Here's Bobby. Have they batted around? I think they've batted around, haven't they? Maybe they haven't. Bobby versus Bobby. I can't remember when I made that joke. Might have been last inning. Might have been the inning before. I'm not keeping track. Bedrick at 2nd. Bobby at the plate. 2 outs. What? All right. Well, guess that can happen. Wild pitch. Steve advances to 3rd, as is often the case in Rayball. The old wild pitch. Lofted into left field. That should be caught. It is. Nestled under it is Angela. But that is a lot of runs. That is 3 more runs. That is a 9-1 lead in the top of the 5th. Heading into the bottom of the 5th. Do not lose hope, Ross fans. Do not lose hope. Here's Bobby. Not the same Bobby. This is a different Bobby. I think I saw it scroll by on the little scrolly thing up here that a different Bobby got brought in last inning to relieve first Bobby. This Bobby smashes one down the line. Close play at 2nd, but that is a double. Jimmy now standing in. No outs. Runner in scoring position. That's going to get Bobby over to 3rd. Ground out to the pitcher for Jimmy. Jimmy W, I should say. Jimmy M at short. Kendone at the plate. Bobby at 3rd. Ken down the right field line. That's going to be good for extra bases for him. It's going to get the run in. Still a 7-run lead, though. Here comes Angela, trying to cut the lead even further. That's going to be a ground out to 2nd base. Moves Ken over to 3rd to bring up Alan Schabel with 2 outs. High, deep, gone. 2-run shot for Alan Schabel. It's weird this thing doesn't do louder applause. Maybe there's another setting. It seemed the audience got quieter there for the home team Rosses. Anyway, 9-4, back to a 5-run lead. Here's Matt McElroy. Hard hit, but right to the first baseman, Michael. Side retired. Now 9-4. And Michael is now up at bat. Hits one high in the air to right field. The right fielder coming in camping under it. Nice catch by Matt. Anastasia now. That's going to fall in for a nice clean single. Top 6 now. Jimmy still with a 9-4 lead. Trying to add on to it. Here's Ron. We know what Ron does. Oh, actually, that might be a... Oh! Nice sliding catch there in center field. Ken. Beautiful play. Beautiful, beautiful play. Holds the runner at first base. Here's Dan May. If Ron can't do it, will Dan? Yep, Dan will do it. Single through the middle. Taking the extra... All right. Oh, there we go. Error in outfield. We couldn't see what the error was, but there was an error. So, a little misplay there by... who's that? That's Ken. A little misplay by Ken. It's all right. It happens. Second and third, 2 outs for Jim, trying to increase his lead back up. Ren at the plate. Ren's going to loft one into deep center field off the wall. That's going to score 2. Ren's going to be in there with a double. Jim McGuire back on top by 7. 11-4. Jimmy himself at the plate. He's going to ground out to second base. I feel like Jim in the game is doing better than the Jim in the game that I'm seeing in these games that I happen to be recording. He's not like Jim McGuire on the season. 469 average, 3 home runs, 30 hits, 1141 OPS. Just so happens that on the 2 games that I am broadcasting with him, he's not doing so great. I apologize again. Chris Rom to lead it off for the Rosses, down by 7 here in the bottom of the 6th. That's going to be a gapper. No, it isn't. That's going to get caught. Cut off, I should say, by the right fielder. It sounded and looked like it was going to be a gapper. It was not. Good clean single, though. Chris at first, Dave Ross at the plate. Dave Ross is going to pop it up to third base. Chris has to scamper back. Cora now standing in with Chris at first. 1 out, trying to do some damage. Cora with almost a double play ball. That time it was second baseman Bobby who couldn't get it out of his glove. Other Bobby stands in. Trying to score. Trying to get something going here. Pickoff attempt? Alright. Pickoff attempt. Unsuccessful. Cora still at first. Bobby at the plate. Bobby's going to dribble one back to the pitcher. Steve Bedrick scoops it up. Throws over to first. Still a 7-run lead heading now into the top of the 7th. Steve Bedrick to lead it off. Steve hits it over the shortstop's head in a left field. Steve 2 for 2 now, after being apparently relieved by the other Steve, or for the other Steve. Yeah, there was another Steve, and this is Steve 2. Second Steve. Liz now pinch hitting, it seems. Liz coming in to stand in for Pace, I guess. Yeah, Liz batting for pace. Hitting 1,000 as a pinch hitter. Let's make that 1,001. That's not how math works, Aaron. Beautiful line shot up the middle. It's 2 on. Bobby at the plate. Still nobody out. Trying to add to this lead. That is through. That is going to load the bases with nobody out yet again. Michael Gross, who already, I believe, has a home run in this game. Now with the bases loaded. Aaron wouldn't have put a blowout as the game of the week, would he have? No. Maybe, you know what, maybe once in a while I should actually put up a blowout. Just for the hell of it. Just to keep you folks on your toes. I didn't, though. That's a fly out. Throw comes back in quickly. Runner no chance to tag. 1 out. Base is still loaded for Anastasia. The world leader in home runs. But in this case, it is a 6-4-3 double play. Bobby gets out of the inning with no damage done. 7th inning stretch time. Jimmy now standing in for Dave Ross, trying to claw back. 3 innings left to come back for a 7-run deficit. High fly ball to center field. That's catchable. And it's caught. Nice play out there by Liz, I guess. Still says Liz is pinch hitter. But there's nobody else in center field, so nice catch, Liz. Yep, that's Liz. Kendo at the plate. That's hard hit. That's going to get to the wall. That's going to be at least a double for Ken. Maybe more. Nope. Hard hit. Here's Angela. Runner in scoring position. 1 out. Trying to claw back. That's... Oh, that's a very high bounce. Hard hit double. Bounced right over the head of the right fielder. Anastasia. Or it appeared to anyway. Now it's an 11-5 lead. 1 out. Still runner at second base for Alan Schabel. That's going to get to the wall. Double after double after double. No! Oh, ha ha ha. Tricky. Tricky Mr. Schabel trying to draw the throw. Bobby does not fall for his shenanigans. Holding at second. But it's now a 5-run lead. Matt McElroy. Still only 1 out. Still a runner at second base. That's going to be through the right side. That's not going to score the run, but it's going to get runners at the corners. With 1 out. Bringing the dangerous Chris Rahm to the plate. High in the air. Going back to tag at third is the runner. Oh, no. Look at that. Look at that throw. From dead center. On 1 hop. To home. By Liz. Dave Ross now. Trying to get his team back in this thing. 2 outs. Runners at the corners. Dave comes through. Comes through huge. Can that get the run in? Yep, it can. That is a 2-run double. Huge 2-run double. Why did he have to yell safe? It was like 4 seconds. Anyway. 11-8. See, Ross fans, I told you. I told you, Ross fans, to stay with me. Cora now up at bat. 2 outs, Dave at second. High, hard hit ball, another to the wall. Boy, this Steve clone is not doing so good. Another double. That's a lot of doubles in this inning, people. That is an 11-9 lead for Jim. Bobby at the plate. Through the left side. Cora going to have to hold at third. No. Cora not going to have to hold at third. Cora is going to score. Bobby into second himself. That is a 1-run lead, people. Still 2 outs, still bottom 7. Once again, runner at second place. Here's Jimmy. That is a line shot into left field. That is going to score. Yes! That is going to tie the game. That is going to tie the game, folks. This is what Rayball is all about. Bottom 7, 11-11. Ken Doan at bat. Jimmy W. at second base. Ken's going to loft one into center field. Nope, that's not going to score the run. Can Dave come all the way back and take the lead? Now, people, I will be honest with you. I have forgotten. I have forgotten who wins this game and how. So, I knew this was coming. This part here that just happened. From here, however, I don't know what's going to happen. Angela up at the plate. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Another pickoff attempt for some reason. I guess I can't program those out. And for some reason I can't have it not show me the unsuccessful ones. Oh, another pickoff. Oh, I hope he does this all day. Yep. All right. Well, let's we get a pitch. Okay, pitch this time. Line shot, but right there is the right fielder, Anastasia. Ross scores 7 runs. Tying the game. Ron Scheel now to lead it off for Jimmy. Ron gonna get that one to the wall. He'll take second base easy. Dan May now in. This is such a dangerous combo back-to-back, these two. Intentional walk. All right. Well, intentionally walking Dan May to get to Ren. Will it pay off? It will. That's a double play ball. That kind of sounded like Dave Ross. That out call there. Dave Ross, that would have been Dave Ross at first base, calling his own out there. Runner at third, 2 outs for Jim McGuire. That's gonna get through. That's gonna score a run. Jim McGuire stays at first base, gives himself a 1-run lead. Back on top. Frank now coming in to pinch hit for Steve. Another throw over. I hope nobody gets picked off. I'm sure at some point somebody's going to get picked off. I hope it doesn't happen, but I'm sure it will. Frank's going to hit one to the shortstop. go for the easy out at second base. But Jim drives on a run with a clutch single, puts his team back out in front. 12-11. Heading into the bottom of the eighth. Alan Schabel now up for Dave. Little looper. That's going to get caught by the first baseman, Michael Gross. Matt McElroy now standing in. Down by 1. High. Deep. Not deep enough. Caught right at the left field wall by Ron. Here's Chris Rahm standing in. Bottom 8. Down by 1. That's going to be hard hit. That's going to get to the wall. It's going to be extra bases for Chris. Definitely 2. Could it be? No, he's going to slide in. So there's a runner in scoring position now for Dave Ross. Can he tie the game back up? 2 outs. High fly ball. That's catchable. That is going to be caught. Heading now to the top of the 9th. Jim holding on to a 12-11 lead. Liz now playing center field, leading off for Jim. Liz is going to ground out to second base. Jim trying to add to this lead. Bobby versus Bobby. Hard hit into right field. That's going to get all the way to the wall. That's going to get Bobby to second base. No more. I'm going to pause right now for a Bobby fun fact, because Bobby has some of the more fun facts. Bobby played a racist cop in a movie with Benjamin Bratt. And I actually IMDb'd this, and I wrote it down, and I forgot to put where it was. But that's pretty exceptional. As long as you're only playing one. But I'm gonna Google that right now. Pause this game. It's La Mission, people, or La Mission. I'm assuming La Mission. A single-parent ex-con in a tough minority neighborhood finds his personal values challenged when he discovers his son is gay. What year is? Oh, 2009. Okay, well, that kind of makes that kind of makes some sense. This would be questionable today. Bobby from La Mission standing in at second base. Michael Gross at the plate. Michael Gross, that is the unmistakable hard crack of a ground out to second base. Does move the runner along. 2 outs now. Anastasia trying to add to a 1-run lead now here in the top of the 9th. She is going to fly out to center field. Jim holding on to the lead. 12-11. Cora leading off for Dave. And I'm just pausing here because I know one of the games this week ended 12-11 and the other one did not. And I'm trying to remember if this is the one that I'm thinking of, or if this is the one that I'm not thinking of. Trying to predict what's going to happen this inning. Clean single right up the middle for Cora. Dave Ross trying to come all the way back here in the bottom of the 9th. Remember, they were down at some point in this game. Oh, I don't know. A lot to a lot. There should be a box score up here somewhere. There isn't. Alright, never mind. Bobby at the plate. Oh. People. First baseman Michael Gross there held on a little bit too long. Infield single. I think what's happening is that there are only so many animations that are available. All the statistical stuff in the back end is super, super crazy advanced. And they can simulate all kinds of exciting things happening. Cats and eye surgeries and so on and so forth. But there's only like maybe 100 little computer animations that they have. So in a case like that, if you got an infield single, how are you going to animate that? And there are only so many things an infield single can look like. So in that case, you just have the guy hold on to the ball. Here's Jimmy at the plate with 2 on. Pickoff attempt to second. Unsuccessful. Jimmy W. Trying to get the tying run in from second base. That's going to be a high fly ball. Runner's going to have to retreat. Oh, looked like Cora was going to try and tag there, but she did not. 1 out now. Runners at first and second for Ken Doan. Ken. No, fielder's choice. Fielder's choice. 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th. Angel at the plate. 2 on. Jimmy clinging to a 1-run lead. Pickoff attempt at first. Back in safely is Ken. Angela is going to dribble that to first base. Oh! Infield single. So it is so frustrating. It is so frustrating to watch the animation for infield singles. Infield singles are super exciting in real life. And here, because of the limitations on these crappy Nintendo graphics, infield singles are just maddening. Just throw the ball. Alan Schabel at the plate. Ross has now tied the game up, bottom of the 9th. That's going to bloop and get caught. We are going into extras, folks. We are going into extras. This is not, in fact, the 12-11 game. This is the other one. I still can't remember who wins, but I do know what the score is going to be. Ron at the plate for Jim McGuire. Top 10. Top of the 10th, I should say. There's another hit for Ron. The hit parade continues. I miss Letterman. Oh, man. Sorry, saying just top 10 made me think of it. Dan May through the left side. Such a dangerous combination, these two. Ray, when you're building your teams, do not put Dan and Ron on the same team. Because they're just going to be... You may as well just start the inning with runners on first and second. Here's Ren. That's true as true in real life as it is in in this year ball game. Ren with a walk. Oh. Good grief, Bobby. Here's Jim McGuire. Tie ball game, top of the 10th. Bases loaded, nobody out. Jim lofts one. That's going to fall in front of the left fielder. That is going to score one. 13-12 lead now for Jim McGuire. Steve Bedrick stands in. Different Steve Bedrick than last time, but same result. Hard hit ball into left field. RBI. 14-12 now. Lead for Jim. Still nobody out. Still the bases loaded for Liz. That's going to be a force out at the plate. Oh, good grief. That's going to be a double play. 3-2-3. With a very silly "you're out" fella there emphatically at the end. Who's coaching first there? That would have been it probably would have been Ron. Maybe Ron or Dan. I don't think either of them were given the old "you're out." Anyway, 2 outs now. Runners at second and third for Bobby Wineapple, trying to add to this lead. He will not. Ground out. 1-3. Bobby. Unable to get another run across. It is now a 2-run lead. Steve Bedrick still on the hill. Matt McElroy at the plate. Nobody on, nobody out. Matt with a ground ball to shortstop. Jim guns it over. That's 1 down. Chris Rahm. Base is empty. Nobody out. Trying to get something going. That is the crisp, clean sound of a ground out to second base. It is now 2 outs. Bottom 10. Dave Ross trying to keep his team alive. Can he do it? Yeah. No, he cannot. People. Dave Ross came all the way back from a crazy. Where's our score? From all right, it's 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-1 at some point, and 11-4. They were down by a lot. Look at this. Look at this fun thing. This can't remember what this is called. Win probability line score right around here. Jimmy had an almost 100% chance of winning the game, and then and then Jim ended up winning the game, is what ended up happening. Ross's skip. Wait, I'm not the manager of this team. Am I? Maybe that was the last thing I... Maybe I had to... I guess the last thing I did was delete that Bobby clone. Alright, so I am the manager of this team. The club gave up too much plate. Too much plate. Not the way we planned it. I said every hitter in the league will rip us up when we do that. Ron hitting at a 651 pace. Heck of a game there for everybody. This Steve. Yeah, okay. So there are 3 Steves, 3 Bobbies. Good game all around. People, we'll see you next week. Stay safe out there. In there. Wherever you are.